Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Six of Arrows in transition. And meditating on this card, the one thing that always stands out for me is actually there's a lot that stands out for me. You're going from sunset into the night. You're traveling into the land from the sea. Okay, which means you've crossed a divide, right? The boat is made up like the swan, all right, which to me that's the queen of arrows, and she likes to travel to different venues, right? Likes to see different things, and then you kind of got this this hooded man, guiding it, right? And he's got a full blast of air between on the sails, and he's able to move forward. Okay, so there's movement here towards new possibilities or processes, and there could be some anxiety to the changes ahead, but you have to stay positive. You've already put things in motion, and we were talking about seeking out that truth and finding that at home, and there might be some emotions around that with the moon on water that's out there. And then you had yesterday that Seven of Vessels, that morning card. Okay, so maybe you had to let something go. And when you consciously made that decision of letting stuff go, all right, it changed you. And that change can be scary sometimes. All right, but whether it's a subtle change or whether it's a drastic change, embrace it. Okay, because what that's doing is it's allowing you to grow. It's allowing you to face the challenges that are out there. All right, it allows you to move beyond the old boundaries and use new methods to resolve the issues. All right, by being creative, looking at that, thinking about that logic, that reasoning that's out there. Okay, be excited at the opportunity to do something different. Not every journey is meant to be scary. Sometimes those journeys are meant to be to the aspect of fun. Okay, and a lot of times you can't start that journey until you let something go. All right, now this is looking forward into the future. So you are moving in a direction of new experiences and places. You're moving into the new future that you're creating today. Okay, you can't change what happened yesterday. Okay, you can't change what happened an hour ago, but you can change in the next hour. You can change tomorrow, all right? And take advantage of that new energy that's out there. You found out what the truth is. You asked everybody at home about what's going on, and with the moon on the water, and then you had to look within a little bit. Trust your instincts. Trust what the moon was telling you, and take advantage of the new energy with an open heart. Welcome and embrace those opportunities that are ahead of you with enthusiasm. You still may have to reflect a little bit on which way you're going, but do so with an attitude of positivity, right? And we had that Seven of Vessels out there yesterday. The morning piece of it. And you know what? I don't even want to start there. I want to start it at the beginning, because the Seven of Arrows just dropped off, which is insecurity. All right, and I find that odd because here the Six of Arrows, when you look at the numbers, you're transitioning into something. All right, and then the Seven Arrows comes up as insecurity. Which change can do that, right? But that's the card that just dropped off. All right, now the Page of Bows is out there, and he's got that magical power and healing, and he's healed. He's with you here during these last 6 days as you're walking your spiritual path after you walk through the world tree, right? And he's asking you, that Page of Bows is asking you, who or what is offering you that opportunity? What's that opportunity to help you with that transition? Okay. What is that opportunity to bring new possibilities or processes in? Right? You've just gone through a stage of looking within and possibly letting something go with that Seven of Vessels morning yesterday. What is offering you the opportunity to fill those cups back up? Because once you fill these cups back up, that's going to help with that transition of moving forward. Because you're replacing deadness with energy, and that's what the Journey card was talking about here a couple days before. 7-8 days before that. The Two of Arrows in Justice, seeking out the truth. Okay, so you sought the truth out. You're looking for that opportunity. The Page of Bows is also asking, what would you do if you engaged with this? Okay, so you sought the truth out. You heard what it was. Maybe it resonated with you, and you said, you know what? It's time to move forward. It's time to move past all this hurt, all this guilt. I need to forgive and move forward. The Page of Vessels is asking you, where do you need to let your feelings show? Right? Where do you need to let your feelings show as you're transitioning? 7, you're transitioning into your own spiritual path. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to do. All right? And you've got to let something go. And it's not going to be easy. All right? And you recognize that. And maybe you have to cry over it, or maybe you have to give it to the universe, or maybe you just have to put your foot down and take a stand. Right? The Otter also asks you what deeper trust is being asked of you. What is the universe asking you during this transition? What is the universe saying to say, it's time to move on? And, if you're in that circle and you don't respond, guess what? Somewhere along the line, once you become aware, it's going to pop back up. Maybe you don't respond then, but it's going to come quicker. All right? And when it does, all right, you're going to say, wait a minute, this has happened a couple times. What did I do different? All right? You're going to have to make that change, that positive change to move forward, to take on those new opportunities. Still have the Ten of Stones home. You got family and friends, security, stability, someplace to go back to if you need it on that transition. The Moon on the water, all right, is looking at your feelings, understanding, what is going on, all right, looking within. You got the Taurus in there, right? So there's security and stability. You got the heron flying in the background in that moon, all right? And that's asking you, where do you need to be more tolerant? Where do you need to be more tolerant on your emotions? That Page of Vessels. Where do you need to be more tolerant in showing your feelings? Letting people know that you care. Letting people know that you love them, right? And then, that Moon on the water is also a new beginning. That mirrored embryonic egg. Let me put it to that way. That's a new opportunity, right? And here you are transitioning with that new moon. Here I shouldn't say new moon, full moons. You got full moons in 2 of these, right? So this transition that's coming out, okay, is meant for you to move forward. It's meant for you to take on that new beginning. Okay? And sometimes that's hard. That's Seven of Vessels morning. Sometimes that's hard to let things go, to mourn what was there. And changing careers is hard. To go from one industry to a different industry is very difficult. All right? But if you're doing it for a reason, if you're making that transition, that leap to gain an understanding, to gain knowledge, to gain wisdom, then that's a benefit. That's positive. That's a positive process. That's a new possibility of new challenges, new opportunities. And when you take on that aspect and you manifest it, and you do well at it, the universe comes back and says, you know what? We can give you more. And that's a transition that comes out. What would you do to engage with that transition? What's being asked of you that's deeper? That's what the Otter and the Stoic are talking about. So, take that transition and move forward. Take it so take it with, enthusiasm. Take it with, joy, right? Put some light into it. Put some energy into it, and be positive about it to get rid of the the anxiety of what's coming ahead for you. So there you have it. That's today's card of the day, the Six of Arrows transition. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. Stay safe, everybody.